this is Cindy and?
Rosita.
Okay.
Rosa.
Rosa. So you were saying that 46 years ago?
46, tomorrow, 46 years ago, I woke up about 7 o'clock in the morning with terrible pains, labor pains, one after the other one. Not like you. You were first 15 minutes apart, and they were, mild like cramps.
Mm-hmm.
And I still, the whole day went on and on until we went to the movies.
Uh-huh. What movie did you go see?
Can you believe that I cannot remember the movie right now?
And
With you.
Who went to go see the movie?
Only you and, me, you, daddy and me. You and my tummy.
But 46 said go.
No. I was saying that the difference between you and your brother,
okay.
The pains.
Oh.
No,
Who did you have the worst pain with?
with your brother.
The pain was worse.
Oh yes, because I didn't have no. It was one after the other one. Didn't give me no. Like 5 minutes. You were 15 minutes, 10 minutes. I think you got 5 minutes at the theater, and that's when we left.
Mm.
And then they took me in, and.
So where were you when you went into labor with my brother?
I was in the house.
Were you by yourself?
No.
Who was there with you?
Tu tia Cuca was living with us at that time, I believe. And you dad, and I told him, you know what? I'm having pains. And it's one after the other one. So he took me and they kept me.
Oh.
And I still, can I believe? Because he was 7 o'clock in the morning.
How long were you in labor for?
About 7 hours.
So you went to the hospital, and what was your experience at the hospital?
The experience in the hospital was good. Yeah, it was. The nurses were doing good, and there was a time that I thought I cannot breathe no more.
Oosh.
Because the pains were back and forth, and then they took me to the
delivery room?
To the delivery room, and then it was awesome.
How long were you in labor for again?
I did for 7 hours. For you, 23 hours.
And did you have like any medicine to help you with the pain?
Until the end, they didn't give me before.
So you were in labor for 7 hours.
One after the other one.
But they hadn't given you any medicine to help you with the pain.
Mm-mm.
So what are some interesting stories that you can recall about my brother when he was in your tummy, and then after you delivered him?
Oh, after
Or like in the tummy, did he cry in the tummy?
He was moving.
He moved a lot?
Yeah, he was very active.
What about after giving birth? What was that experience like?
Oh, beautiful. Just to see, my son in there, and I said, it's a boy, and I said, yeah, I know, because the doctor who saw me, he saw me from you too, and no ultrasound. And for you, he told me it's a girl. And with your brother, this is a strong boy.
What What was the experience like after bringing him home, having a newborn?
Oh, the experience of having you and him, and you will get in the crib with him. We had to get you down.
Get me out?
Yeah.
Why did I want to be in the crib with him?
You wanted to be with him.
Yeah, why? But I just to be
Your little brother.
Oh.
Yeah. And one time you got him out of the crib.
Where did I take him to?
You were like this, holding him. I said, how did you get him out?
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
How did I respond to you? How did I get out?
You went and showed me.
Yeah?
Yeah. You got the crib was not that it was up the rail, but it was not that. And then you showed me that you pushed, you stand up and the rail, and you got him.
Ooh.
I don't know how you, 3 years old, I don't know how you handle it. But I just saw you coming in the door.
How I was gonna ask, how was our relationship between me and my brother? But I guess better yet, at what point did you see us finally engaging in play together?
Because I remember he's still like a tall. He was a baby when we moved from Commerce, so he was still a baby. But I remember, and Clara, in summertime, I used to put the little wading pool, and you guys used to get in there, and you guys played together real good. You didn't fight. You share everything. I remember that I had 2 boxes of toys, and I get them out so you can play, and then after it says, okay, put him inside. At the time, I think about a couple of times, either you or your brother were sleeping on the bed on the box, carton box.
Oh.
Because you were tired.
Oh.
You were like either you inside and he outside giving you the toys, or the other way around. But you were tired. Sometimes the both of you were tired.
What is another memory that you can remember about my brother? Like, can you recall what birthday was the most important or special to him?
I think when he got the bike.
Oh.
Yeah. He was about 9.
Which bike? The blue BMX bike? Or
Yes,
tricycle?
I think the blue MS. Yeah.
The blue BMX.
Yeah, I think he has a picture. We have a picture of it.
Who got him the bike?
I believe you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so what happened when? Can you tell me?
Oh, he was happy. He was happy. But let me tell you, he went so many times because we were living on Chestnut, and he was training. I was after him, holding. he'll go into the bars, you know, the rail bars on the stairs.
Uh-huh.
Wow, what, you know, he fell down, he'll get back. The same to you, I mean, you, oh. Do you remember that time when you and I went to get, because your dad called me to go and get his check.
Okay.
So we took the bus because I didn't have a car, so I took the bus only the one on Firestone.
Mm-hmm.
So we went, and then Matthew, your brother asked me if he can stay with you know, the neighbors. Not with the lady, that mean lady.
Oh, okay.
But the one that lives in the back of her. I cannot.
George's mom?
Yes, George's mom, and they like him so much. They took him to camping and everything, and he says, "Can I stay? You know, can I stay with George?" And I asked the mom, and she said, "Yeah, sure." And I said, "But not in the bike, okay?" No, I'm gonna put him inside. Yes, he did put him inside, but he used George's bike. And then when we were coming on the bus and we crossed Chestnut, I saw the fire department, I saw the ambulance, and I said, "Oh no, Beto." So we hurry up, and there, he got a tube over here at the bike, one tube over here at the bike, and they were trying to get him out.
Part of the bike went into his face?
Yeah, one, yeah.
Ay, my brother.
And then instead of saying anything else, I mean, "Oh, Mom, I'm hurting. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry. I didn't pay attention to you." And remember when he cut himself on the window?
Yes.
That one, he got sick and he called to Tia Tere. But instead of Tia Tere, vino Teresita. Yeah, and then after when he got cut, he called. I mean, he called, and then she took him and said, "Oh, you know, take me to this. My dad goes to this clinic, right there by Lucky, somewhere in there." And so nobody called me at that, at that moment. So I got home from school, from college, and then I saw the broken window. I saw blood in it, and then they called me at that time, "Mr. Esteban," and I says, "Wait a minute, I see something happened over here in my house," and says, "That's what I want to tell you. We have your son over here, and he cut himself in trying to get into the house." And I said, I'd be right there. So I went. I had a car at that time, and I went, and they cannot do anything right here. The open. And he said, "Mama, I'm sorry. And I say, "Forget about I'm sorry. How you doing,
So he cut his hand trying to get in through the window, or
yeah, to get into the room, yeah. Trying to open the door.
Where was the eye? I remember it happening.
Yeah, it was not that.
No, but where was I at that time?
At school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because he stayed home because he was sick.
No, he was at school, but then he called to Tia Tere so they can pick him up.
So they picked him up and took him home?
and they took him to the house.
Oh, and then he tried to get in because he didn't have the key.
Yes, and then Teresita took him to the clinic where he told her to go.
Yeah.
He used to come, Mom, I think I broke my hand. You think so? Yeah, it was already, swollen. I think I broke my toe, my finger, Mom. I mean,
So many accidents.
and then the dog, remember?
Oh no. Yes, I remember the dog. That was really bad.
And then I remember when he was already, he didn't have Patrick, anybody. I mean, he didn't have kids at that time. We live in Orizaba.
Uh-huh.
And when he went with a friend, he said, I'm going to go with a friend. He comes in limping. And I said, what happened? What happened? He got out of the car and the friend ran over his foot.
Oh.
And that one, oh, you should see him. The tires, the tire thing, dirty things, oh, they had to get all the debris that he had. And, oh, he was in pain. He was in pain.
And that reminds me when he burned himself on the motorcycle. Remember? Do you remember that? Well, we lived on Chestnut in the apartments. There was a man who drove a motorcycle and he went there and touched the engine thing.
Oh, yeah. He was really,
He endured a lot.
yes.
And for him, that wasn't the end of his pain.
No.
But as we look at his last years here, it's like he still had a lot of emotional pain.
A
And he
lot.
had physical pain. He suffered a lot.
And yeah.
But he still moved forward.
He says that when he had the surgery,
Or the appendicitis.
the appendicitis, yeah, he says that because when they went through him, I mean, it just exploded, so they had to cut him. He had a big cut. No, you never see it?
I did.
Yeah, that was a big cut.
Can you think of times when he was happy?
Yes, I remember he was a very happy boy, very happy boy. Every place we went, like especially to the park, to the beach, he always made friends. Very happy. That was, and then I remember how he was doing so good with your aunt. He was a year over there.
With which aunt?
Elodia.
Mm.
And he wanted to go over there. He asked me to it. He said that he wanted to get away from all the problems over here. And he was on the football team. They want him to be on the coach. He wanted him to be in there. And then he was on the wrestling. I want you to do one, and then I can think about.
What is a special memory that you have of my brother in his last year at the apartment with you?
I have a lot of special Yeah, with him.
Could you share some?
When he cook, when he asked me to cook something, and then suddenly, sometimes at night, he says, it was late, and says, I'm craving something. What would you like? What are you craving? And then I said, what do you crave? And then I said, I think I crave Taco Bell.
Oh,
Then there we go.
no, you
Uh-huh.
guys. Ay, ay, ay.
Yeah. Oh,
Was there a movie that you guys watched together in the apartment that?
yes, I don't remember the movies, but I think usually he likes the movies that I like. Oh, the with the, how you call it? Action. I used to do that with magazine things. Remember?
Yes. I remember. I don't know if it was part of Boy Scouts or. Girl
Yeah, he
Scouts,
was in the Boy Scouts.
But you drove us somewhere where there was like a fair.
Yes.
And you couldn't take the freeway, so we took the streets. But when we got there were actors from shows, TV shows
Yes,
we were watching.
And we still had the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I volunteered on the 4th of July for the fireworks stands. Yeah. I told you he was very happy boy.
What do you think? What do you when you imagine him? What do you think he's doing? When in heaven or in heaven? What is he
Right now?
in his life, in his afterlife? Well, how do you imagine him? What do you think he's doing?
For some reason, I see him. I see him happy. I see him happy, especially now that also Captain is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I see him now that the two of them with Captain Butter, and Captain Butter just running. I don't know why. Like I told you that suddenly too, I think of your brother, and then he comes and he's in a white robe.
Mm-hmm.
And that's beautiful, with his peace on his face.
Was he smiling?
Yes.
Have you had any dreams?
Yes, the other day I had a dream about him, and I was gonna tell you the dream that I had, and I cannot remember right now. I saw him alive
In your dream?
in my dreams. Yes,
But you can't remember what happened?
I cannot remember right now, but in the morning I still remember, and I said, "Oh, I'm gonna tell Cynthia," and then the day went by and I didn't.
Do you ever think about writing them down?
No. Can I have a piece? How is it?
Good. It doesn't have a lot of sugar.
No?
It doesn't have sugar. It has cinnamon,
Uh-huh.
a banana, some raisins, some oatmeal, some Greek yogurt that doesn't have sugar, some almond milk.
Okay, then I can have.
And then I put a little bit of the vanilla,
Uh-huh.
but it's a little, and an egg.
An egg, okay.
Do you want to try one? A half a one or a little one?
A little one better. You know that like I remember he was so caring with me, and lately he was more like he cannot leave home without giving me a kiss.
I know.
And
You want a half or the whole thing?
half.
Like this?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Like he'll take care of me like my you know the kitchen the cord was kind of old, the one I had. And one day, wait, Mom. I said, wait. And I said, okay. He took it off and he gave me a new one. That's the one I have in there.
He was very thoughtful. Even with the kids, you know, and normally always just with the little he had, made an effort to give them something. Like this watch I have right here.
Mm-hmm.
He got it for me. I don't know how he knew that was what I liked, but he got it. Like
He likes it very much because that one I got it from JCPenney. That's one of the things that we go to JCPenney and he goes to the watches. I think he has to have plenty of
watches.
Mm-hmm. I don't think he took them over there. When you put glue, the other kind of glue, it comes shiny.
Maybe we can find a way to put it on top. But what I did right now is just put it on top of right now like this, just to seal it. I rub it right here and then sealing it a little bit better. It's really relaxing.
Yeah,
Well, I'm happy tomorrow you're not going to be alone. Like, because we're going to be with Martha.
Mm-hmm.
Then we get home and we have our dinner and just celebrate him.
Mm-hmm.
Just, I can imagine it can be weird celebrating a loved one's birthday when they're not present. But for me, I gotta do. Just gotta keep moving.
That's keep us moving. A veces mucha gente piensa que cuando uno pasa por cosas así, porque uno hizo mal, ¿no? Pero no es cierto, porque mucha gente buena ha pasado por tanto. Nomás simplemente me pongo a pensar en la Biblia, en Job. He even prayed for, when their sons, every day for their sons and daughters to pray and ask for forgiveness, to God for them, because if they did something wrong, he wanted to forgive, So he was a rightful man, and one, like in one day, everything he lost. When I think about the other people that have lost their children, sometimes not only one, but two at the same time.
It's unimaginable.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I love it.
Yeah. And I guess it's relaxing putting the
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I can look at life differently. So when you experience loss, it's sort of like something that's someone is snatched.
It's
from
natural.
you. But there's something that leaves you too, and I guess the way the gentleman, his name is David Kessler. I think the way he put it is, when you lose somebody, a part of you dies, but a part of them lives within you.
It never leaves.
Yeah. So it's a weird world. That's why I think from a very young age I related to Beetlejuice. And I didn't understand why I related to Beetlejuice till recently. Because it wasn't until recently that I saw that the movie is about the afterlife and death. But when I was small, I didn't see it that way. I just saw it as, especially with the cartoons, I saw him as like an imaginary friend. But what really struck me was at the end of the movie, with the second part that we just saw, where Lydia Deetz finally realizes, I've been living this whole time with the dead. It's time for me to start living with the living. And I thought that was just powerful, because it's not that, and having seen the musical, having seen Lydia Deetz in the musical and singing Dead Mom at Home, like she really was grieving as a young child. Like she lost her mom and she lost her way, and she was just in grief. And then to have this movie come out years later, and she's working with people who are trying to connect with the dead, but at the end finally sort of like releasing herself from that was interesting. But it's not like it's not like it's not, if there is an end point to grief, I think it's just, the end point is just realizing and knowing how to live with it. But it's not forgetting anyone that has passed away. But it does change you.
Completely.
It's like you're just a whole different person. And I hope that, whatever does become of you, of anyone who's experienced grief, I hope the changes can be something positive, because like you say, you gotta honor them. You gotta,
for me,
give them give their life meaning, to experience such great loss. It's like for those who they leave behind, I think it's important to just honor and
for him, it motivates me to share God's words, because for me he was and your dad too, that's one of the things I think I had to also do it on his honor too, because he did everything for me so I can be comfortable doing my he even put me one of his towels and there on the desk, so I won't the light, the lamp that he bought it, and then he bought the other lamp too. He said, so you can have more light.
Yeah, he took care of you. I really appreciate and enjoy having been able to see your apartment in the end.
Y yo no quería cosas, pero
But
él
he
sí.
did, because that, I can imagine that made him feel useful, that made him feel like a provider, that made him feel like, I'm taking care of you now. And I think that was very meaningful and very loving. I think that's why having the furniture here, like at first I couldn't imagine it. Not because I didn't like it. I just, when we packed up in June, it was still heavy. But having this furniture here, it gives the house a different energy. And it's sort of like having a piece of them here. Because they've sat in it, he bought it, and it's like he gave me a gift of finally being able to sit here at a table and have dinner.
You did, and you did most of the time. He sat down in there, but very seldom because he likes to eat in the room.
I know.
And I was always on this one, and then your brother was on that one. He was very seldom on this one.
I appreciate having a little piece of them here.
And that one.
I would have not imagined.
Digo, ¿qué trajiste ahora? Ay, dice, mira, también ¿no te gusta? Le digo, oh, sí me gusta, pero vamos a tener muchas cosas.
And then, like, how did he bring it home?
No, eso se lo trajeron.
Somebody brought it.
Somebody brought it, I think.
He was very resourceful. Very. Okay, Mama. Any last words?
I miss him. But you know that I love you. You so much. You look alike in a way. Yeah.
I see pictures. I think more after my brother's passing, I see more of him and me, and I'm like,
when you sleep, I can see more. And also on the boys, when they sleep, I can see it. And
I wonder if their spirit embodies us, and that's, that, like, it goes with what David Kessler says. A part of us dies with them, and a part of them lives in us. So I don't know.
Sometimes me pongo a pensar si me llamó en ese momento. Estoy seguro que sí, porque él se asustó mucho porque dijo que cuando tuvo la cirugía, él sintió que se iba a ir y se vio solo allá en el hospital.
I hope he heard us when we were there. I hope he heard us. Okay. I'm gonna turn this off.
So tomorrow